Welcome back to the Mind and Money podcast. I'm Val, a financial planner.
And I'm Sherry, a financial coach. And today we're back on Reddit. And I found an interesting one here related to friends and different money management tactics. So I'm actually going to leave the first headline sentence out and dive into the body of it and then go back to the sentence at the top. I've been pretty careful with my money. I save what I can, avoid unnecessary purchases, and generally live below my means. My best friend, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. She spends on everything, expensive clothes, luxury vacations, eating out almost every day. I don't judge her for it, but she often makes fun of me for being cheap or boring because I don't splurge on the same things she does. A few weeks ago, she went on another shopping spree and posted all about it on social media, tagging me with the caption, something like, "Meanwhile, Miss Budget is probably at home counting her pennies." I just laughed it off, like I usually do, but it did sting a little. Now she's in a bind, and she asked me to lend her a pretty significant amount of money to cover her rent and bills. She said she's between paychecks and won't be able to manage without some help. I refused, explaining that I've worked hard to save my money and I don't feel comfortable lending such a large amount when she has a habit of spending recklessly. She got really upset, saying I'm not a true friend and that I'm hoarding my money while she's struggling. But I feel like I've been responsible with my finances for situations like this, and is it unfair to her to expect me to bail her out? Am I the asshole for refusing to lend my best friend money after she mocked me for being frugal?
Is that really your best friend?
Oh, yeah, completely.
That's
Valid question.
that's not a kind human to begin with. And no, they're not the asshole. Hard no. Personal opinion. Because you're on social media tagged and commented about and made fun of essentially for your good money habits. But then behind the scenes, they're coming to you and going, I need money to cover my necessities. And then calling you not a true friend. That's not true friendship behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, I also agree, not the asshole, because I would be worried about, if I were in this person's shoes, I'd be worried about, am I ever going to get that money back?
Right.
Or does it then just start a cycle around, okay, I lent this friend money,
yeah,
they paid me back, but then before their next paycheck again, they're in a bind and they need me to lend them money, or maybe they're just never going to repay it with the you've got money saved, you don't have extravagant expenses, you're good, I don't need to.
And now there's that rift in your friendship, whether we talk about it or not. There's this feeling of then she's going to go on another shopping spree and post the haul, take all the places, and then that's going to feel really, really shitty to you because you now are looked at as the cheap, frugal one, but also she is in debt to you. It's hard to separate those feelings without some resentment growing.
And she didn't say how much. She said it was a significant sum. I'm kind of really nosy and wondering exactly how much.
Well, that is depending on where they live. Rent could be $1,500 plus bills. You could be $2,000 to $3,000
or more.
I would say that's unfortunate. That's poor planning on that person's side. But that friend needs to maybe explore a different avenue. Okay, if you can't come up with that by the time that rent's due, are you going to pick up more shifts? Are you doing other things? Are you maybe talking to your family about it? If that's even an option. But I don't think it's something that they should mix together as friendship. And she's already not valued as a friend and not celebrated for the good things that she does. So
yeah, I think even before this situation, the person who was asking if they're the asshole, they were feeling stung, pissed off. For me, it's one thing to have different spending habits and different values, but it's something entirely different when those values are mocked.
Yes, made fun of.
In social media land. And I know lots of things happen there but if we're going to have such different values, it's kind of we have to figure out how to work within that to maintain our friendship. And how would that shopper friend feel if the frugal friend posted on social media or commented on their post where they were tagged, oh yeah, I'm frugal, but I have money to pay my rent.
Right.
It's kind of
that's the exact treatment, just opposite. So she would not be cool with that. No. I can guarantee it. So no. I think that's for the guy that wrote it, find new friends. Find friends that align with your values. Not to say that you two can't be friends, but best friend perspective, I don't think she's going to be a person that's going to build you up. And in life, we find the friends that we need to learn different things from. You need to learn to set boundaries with her and to find people that love you for you.
Because what do they say? That you are like the 5 people that you spend the most time with is who you create habits and behaviors with. And for me, this friend could use some of your habits and behaviors.
100%.
But it doesn't sound like she's open to it. I would think if that friend is coming to you for money, I would hope that that would be their aha moment to be like, what I've been doing isn't leading to the life that I want to build. And I'm sorry I've made fun of you for being frugal, but teach me your ways.
Right. Like eat the humble pie. And also learn from it. Not just like, give me money until payday and then maybe I'll pay you back.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't sound like there's any strategy for that either. So, not the asshole.
Not the asshole. I'm probably a fractured friendship.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that friendship's been around, but it's just a really shitty place to be. And when you mix friends or family and money, it creates rifts, and probably there's no way that friend would be able to pay back on next paycheck and still live if they're that short. And values are just so different. Find some frugal friends, some friends that their values align with your values as far as spending, because if the values are different when it comes to spending, that leaks into all areas of life, that person's probably going to be, I don't know, more impulsive and all of those things. And on the flip side too, I'm kind of thinking about, okay, do you offer that friend help? And I'm not sure what that conversation was, but it's like, hey, I'm sorry, but I don't feel comfortable lending you money. And if it's something that you're open to thinking about, hey, friend, I'm sorry you're in this challenge. I know that this is creating some stress between us, but if you're open to it, I would love to help you grow your savings so that you're not in this situation.
Yeah.
A month, 2 months, 3 months down the road. And maybe they're open to it, and maybe it saves the friendship, or maybe it's just something that you're not in a mental place to do right now with how the friendship is and how that situation's going.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, right? To say it's the whole like teach a man to fish, blah, blah, blah line, but cooler. You have to be ready if she says yes, and if she says no, then
don't push it, because if she doesn't want it, then it's just going to end up with more frustration on your part. Like, I'm sure you've seen that with clients too. I've seen that with clients where initially in my business, I was helping people for free, and they weren't having the impact and the results because they didn't have any skin in the game. So if she doesn't want to do it, don't push, because you're just going to end up further fracturing the friendship, which might be done. But not the asshole. No. Work to surround yourself with some people that have more similar values. And I'm actually really glad that you decided not to lend your friend money, because whether the relationship is fully fractured or not, now, if 6 months from now, she still had that debt to you and she's posting shit on social media about what she's spending money on and a big vacation, that's going to just burn you forever.
Yes, and you will be the one that carries that weight. She's not going to carry it. That debt to you, it's not going to burn her the same way it'll burn you. So good on you for trusting your initial instinct and going with it.
Yeah, money and friends and family.
Yeah.
Try and avoid it at all costs if you can. So good for you for avoiding it. But I hope your friendship is able to be worked out. But if not, then know that I feel like it's more her loss than yours. So that's our verdict today. You are not the asshole. You took the right steps, and we are glad that you reached out to get some confirmation that you did make the right decision. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on the Mind and Money Podcast.